Hello, people. How you doing today on this beautiful? It's rainy and 70 degrees for the last 2 days in Texas. They need the rain. It's 70 degrees. I'll take the 70 degrees anytime. Danny, how you doing?
What's up, Lee? How you doing?
So once again, you are in the parking lot instead of at your house.
That's right.
Okay. See how dedicated Danny is? Because people have been upset with his mic and stuff, and he has a horrible cable company, internet company, horrible. I used to have them. Uh, but I just want to say hi to you and let's read some of these people here. Your favorite guys here, Danny, the Wolf.
Oh yeah, penis face.
Beck Brooklyn, Johnny Boy, Jesse Roth,
What's
Matt
up, Beck?
Matt Beef, Michael Hensley. Let's see who else is here. Richard Wing, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Welcome to the show, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I hope everything's going good with you. Jesse Roth, thank you. Mr. H, welcome. Okay, let's see if we have other people down here. The King of Liberty Avenue. You remember
What's
Liberty
up,
Avenue?
Ryan?
Oh, you know who it is? The King of Liberty
Yeah.
Avenue. I'm sorry. John O'Master, how you doing? Gordon Joseph. Irish Mob's in the house. Hi, Irish Mob. Okay, Mimo, Matt B. I think I said that already. So let's see. So we're going to wait for a few more people to get in here, and we're going to talk in general about a few things. Danny, today what we're going to do is we're going to discuss some guys, some informants, and what they do is they're always making excuses why they're informants. Uh, have you noticed that, Danny?
Well, that's the theme. A lot of these guys have an excuse on why or what they did for whatever reason it is. And Alite is probably the leader of the pack in regards to his half truths, his embellishments, his outright lies, and we'll get into that.
And then we got some information. You know, we don't know how true it is, but it's information, and we're going to share it with you guys. We got some information that someone put Alite up to this latest attack on us. Would you say that? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that information, Danny?
Well, that seems to be the rumor. Again, it's a rumor. I don't have factual, confirmation onto why this person, uh, Mazza, has anything to do with Alite going after us. But it's quite interesting, and if it is him, then I like that.
And Larry Mazza has a company out and working with him out in California, and he's making these shows. And all these other rats want to be on his show, and so Larry Mazza is kind of leader of the pack. And then we did a while back. There was a story done about Diorso punching Danny. I'm sorry, not Danny, punching Mazza in the face. Now, Danny, you don't remember me doing that video. You weren't with me yet. Why don't you give me the details that you heard
Correct.
what happened with that?
Well, it's they were in a diner or in a restaurant or whatever, and they were talking. There was an argument, and he also punched him in his face. He fell out of his chair and fell on the floor and did nothing.
And did nothing. And that's been kind of bothering him because he's already made mention of it a couple times. You know what it is when you hurt these guys' feelings, these rats' feelings. They figure they have to come back at you like John Alite did. He called us what? What did he call us? He called us child molesters, kidnappers, and those things. And he also offered so his people, one of his people reached out to us, to me, and he said that John Alite was going to do an apology. There was no apology done. And then they said that they loved the idea about John Alite in the boxing match. They thought it was going to be, it would be interesting. And Danny, guess who we haven't heard nothing from about you accepting his challenge?
Well, listen, I accepted the challenge because I want to fight him. these people that are in his corner, whatever they are, whoever they are, reached out to you, said this, that, and the other thing, and nothing has come of it. So listen, as far as I'm concerned, this is more fucking smoke and more bullshit. So listen, Michael Dowd and John Alite, anytime you want to hit back, you come and hit. But let me just tell you this, and I mean this. Instead of hitting back and talking all this shit, why don't you just, message me or Lee, and I'll meet you face to face? What do you have to lose? You don't have to come on a platform and call people names and, all this bullshit. You can come directly to the source, one-on-one, and you can tell me what you have to tell me. But the reason you don't do that is because use a little fags. You want to put all the information out on the internet so everybody starts talking this, that, and the other thing. Let me tell you something else. You attacked how many subs we have. Let me just put this in perspective. We have almost 5,000 subs. Absolutely a small channel. We're a bunch of fucking idiots, right? You guys make a short about Lee and I calling us, child molesters, kidnappers, or whatever the fuck you said, right? But how come you only got like 2,800 views when you got 57,000 subscribers?
And we got
the numbers don't add up. So I don't
and
believe
we got 7,000 views. So why are we getting 7,000 views
right.
with our tiny channel? And John Alite,
right?
You
So
supposedly
all you people that say, yous are nobodies, you got nothing, you got 2,000 subs or whatever the fuck this moron said. Well, listen, here's a challenge. Since you guys aren't honoring the initial challenge where Big Mouth Alite challenged me to a fight, not me. I didn't challenge him. He challenged me, right? So again, instead of doing that, why don't you just come to me? Why don't you want to meet? You can bring Dowd. I'll come by myself. And you can film it. You can film whatever happens. Whatever you want to do. But to come on a platform and accuse people of something they didn't do, you are pure punks. So again, this is a standing offer. I'm 48 miles from Tampa. I'm about 60 miles from Clearwater, Reddington Beach, Madeira Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, your sister's ass beach. I'll meet you wherever you want, and I mean it. You could bring whoever you want. So
Your
instead of
sister,
coming on a platform and talking shit, why don't you just do it in person?
where is your sister's ass beach located?
John Alite knows.
Okay. Let's read some of these right here. So we don't fall too far behind. I'm going to read some of these and then we'll move on from there. Okay, let's see. King of Liberty. I got 4 different strains of White Boy Rick yesterday. I don't know. Dude, you're talking about weed. I don't smoke. Danny, do you smoke weed?
No, God, no.
Okay, I'm going to set something straight too. I'm going to talk to Danny about this. Danny, that lowlife piece of shit who I think lost his channel again, Tony Pizza, has been putting around a story that you have a bag to shit in. Will you explain because people have been putting this up saying, how are you going to fight if you have that? And so there are.
Well, I'd like to know. Yeah. I'll address it. All these people say I have a shit bag, whatever. I don't have a shit bag. I had one many, many years ago when I got shot. Absolutely. My bowel movements is as normal as yours. I pee just like you do. I fuck just like you do. So if anybody has an issue that I have a shit bag, prove it.
Exactly.
Prove it.
And that's for the people that listen to that low life homeless man that lost his channel again. That guy. Tony Pizza, you keep putting up shit, and what happens is people file against you and they report your channel, and eventually it gets suspended, taken down, and you can't make no money, Tony Pizza. So, Tony, if you're smart, you would think, I mean, you're not smart. I don't even know why I said that. Forgive me for saying that, people. Okay, never fear, Lee and Danny. The girls are here. Miss Can't Be Wrong said that. Danny?
Thank you, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Thank you.
Hi from Howard Beach. Hey, guys. Hope all is well. Vinny B.
What's up, Vin?
Okay, and we're going to talk about Mazda, Alite, and Gravano. We're going to have a nice conversation about them today. And we're going to explain to them. The name of this show is they play the victim, they're bullies, they always make excuses for why they ratted. And we're going to talk about that. None of the, I have no problem with people that ratted, but those are the people that come out and say, look, we ratted because we were scared. We ratted because that's what we wanted to do. But these guys blame the victims that they rat on. And that's what we're going to discuss. Why guys like Sammy Gravano, John Alite. And we're going to also talk about what John is willing to put in his mouth. But we'll hold that back, people. We're going to show you a picture of what John's willing to put in his mouth. Okay. Alite will not accept. He's scared of Danny.
So I don't think he's scared. But listen, real quickly, I don't think he's scared. I just think he's a big mouth and he ain't gonna do anything. That's the whole premise. He makes these accusations, he calls people out, and then what does he do? Nothing. But again, I'll meet you. I'm not far from all of yous. Michael Dowd, the fucking cocaine addict, the alcoholic. John Alite's a cocaine addict too. So why don't you just fucking meet me and shut up? And you ain't got to say nothing anymore. You can live stream us meeting and see what happens.
Matt B, that's why I'm doing an early show tonight, because I'm going to be watching the fights tonight. That's why I'm doing an early show. But thanks for asking, Matt B. I'm not buying it's all down to Larry Mazza. Don Vito, right now what they're doing is they're kissing Larry Mazza's ass because Larry Mazza hustled the company to believing he's a real gangster and that he was made in the bathroom. Okay. Bigfoot, how you doing? Did you know a lot of gangsters that were made in bathrooms? I mean, was that like the Columbo thing? They made guys in bathrooms, Danny?
Yeah, on the shitter.
I wonder if Mazda upgraded his yellow Corvette yet. I didn't even know he had a yellow Corvette, but it doesn't surprise me. What other color would he have?
Little red Corvette.
Miss can't be wrong. This is what John Alite does, people. He threatens people. He tells them he's going to beat them up. He tells everybody he's a gangster, that they came to his house to kill him, but he doesn't have no balls. Somebody representing him called me and basically said that some of John Alite's people are pissed at him for coming out and making that remark, calling Danny and I child molesters in a video. The video's still up. They said he was going to offer an apology. No apology anywhere. So basically, until you apologize, John Alite, we will make you part of our life. We'll explain to people exactly who you are. But you need us more than we need you, because your numbers suck. For someone that has 50,000, supposedly 57,000, your numbers of your videos do not add up to what you claim you have. The only time you get views is when you go on other people's shows. You can't pull those views in on your show. So what do? You use my name, Danny's name, the Gotti's name, everybody in this genre's name. You used one time or another. Okay, let's see. Danny, you are going to win in the first round. Alite will be out cold. Well, we all know about John Alite's chin, people.
Thanks, Louie.
Okay, we all know.
Well, he's got a glass jaw, and everybody could say that I got no cardio, I got nothing this, I got a shit bag, I got half a leg, I got one arm. You can say what you want, but the fact of the matter is John Alite gets knocked out by a poodle. So, you guys take it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Horse tooth, he got knocked out in prison, knocked his whole grill out. Come on, man. The guy's a clown.
Irish Mom makes a very good remark here, Danny. I love these so-called tough guys who kill people and get their feelings hurt so easily. Isn't that like, you claim that you kill people?
Because, listen. Again, they're on YouTube. They're behind a camera. They talk mad shit behind a camera. How come you never hear of them meeting somebody in public? How come? You never hear it. That would be fucking news breaking. You never hear it. Number one, because they don't go anywhere where they're susceptible. Number two, they walk around with bodyguards or whatever you want to call them, and that's what it is. But if you come on a platform like this and threaten one of them with physical harm, or you're going to come look for them, or you're going to do, then right away they go right to the FBI. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So they're all cowards. And
You can't touch them.
YouTube allows them to do what they do.
And you can't touch them because if you touch them, the feds will arrest you.
Right.
But to be men, they can.
They know.
But they can easily get a hold of someone and say, "Look, let's meet behind this mall and settle it by the dumpster."
They won't do that.
Yeah,
they won't do it. And then everybody says, "Oh, Danny wants to do that in the street so he can call the police." Well, come and watch.
Okay, mob organized. I guess you are all up John Alite's ass, but I'll read your remark. I need a few months training to fight Alite. He's a boxer. It's hard fighting a man who's trained to fight. It's not like a normal street fight.
Yeah, he's trained to fight. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this: how do you know he's a boxer? Because you saw him in a workout room with a speed bag or a heavy bag. That don't punch back. Listen, do me a favor. Do me a fucking favor. You go train and do whatever you got to fucking do. That's fine. But you're a clown. You're an ass clown. So suck his cock. Why don't you? Do me a favor. Get the fuck out of here. Another jerk job. Well, I got a couple of months to train. Yeah, go ahead, train.
Hey, people, Neutral Drops here. He has a great channel. Check it out. I like it a lot. I watch it all the time. Miss Kempe Bentley, if you were nobodies, they wouldn't be worried like they are about you. Exactly. We're nobody. Right now, we have 150 people in here. Saturday afternoon, not a big thing. But you know what? Why are they worried about us? Why do they come after me and Danny specifically now? Because we hurt their feelings?
I view John Alite like Tony Pizza. He's not even essential. He's a fucking fly in the air. And he's a liar. He's been proven to be a liar. There's facts out there that prove he's a liar, but he's got dick suckers on his nutsack. It's amazing. It really is.
Neutral Drop. Agreed. Okay. John Alite, if you and your butt buddy, Dowd, the rat cop, ever get balls, Neutral Drop is willing to fight Dowd. I like that. Neutral Drop has a channel worth like $250,000. Neutral Drop has $250,000 subs. Okay, so there's a guy with a channel 4 or 5 times bigger than yours, John. That would be a great thing. You'll get everybody from the car community watching Neutral Drop against, hey, Neutral Drop, I'll remember that. So basically, we have someone that would take Dowd on. But we know Dowd's a coward. And you people saying that Michael Dowd's not a rat. Let me explain something. I'm going to show you something right here. That's his favorite line, that he's not a rat. Okay, let's say he was arrested in 1992 after an investigation by the Suffolk County and DEA and New York PD Internal Affairs. Dowd was convicted of racketeering, conspiracy to distribute narcotics, right? He was sent to prison for his crimes. Listen to this word. He cooperated with the Mullen Commission. That's where you sit in front of a bunch of high up cops and go after other cops. And you give information out. That's ratting. He's a rat. Why don't people understand that when people go before commissions, it is ratting?
Because these people live in a fantasy land. They don't understand the definition of an informant, a rat. They have a tattletale, a stool pigeon, a cocksucker. They have no fucking conception of what the word means. They think because somebody doesn't go to prison, you are not a rat. So listen, these people are fucking delusional. They're on the level of a nitwit or a half-wit. They're dumb.
And how do we know people didn't go to prison because of what he said to the Mullen Commission? They may have.
How do you know?
And this is the same. And this is the same thing they do with Michael Franzese. Michael Franzese went before the boxing commission, and said a lot of things. He went through Michael went ahead of in front of commissions and basically told people what ranks were, who was in what position in the mob. That's ratting. But let me tell you the difference between these guys and Michael Franzese. Michael Franzese at least doesn't get involved in this shit. He smartly stays out of it. When Michael Franzese was on the street, you could say whatever you want, but Danny, Michael Franzese was good to his men, wasn't he?
Yeah, they all made money. It was
money.
A machine. And, you know.
Do you think anybody made money with John Alite when he was dealing drugs?
Oh, yeah. John Alite was, John Alite was John Gotti Sr.'s right-hand man.
So do you think that John Gotti Sr. gave Alite the money to put up amongst the guys? Do you think that's how it went down?
Of course. Well, yeah, because him and John Gotti Sr. used to hang out together, go gamble together, go do whatever together. So, you know, John Alite's a made man. Don't you know that? He even tried to change his last name.
I hear that he used to sit in front of the fireplace with John Gotti, and they used to have
Right.
This is true. They used to have hot chocolate with marshmallows right in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, and
in John Gotti's house.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, and chocolate chip cookies.
Listen. Yeah. What happened when John Gotti Jr. slapped him and kicked him out of Queens? How come he didn't do nothing? Tough boy. How come he didn't do nothing?
He wrote him a letter. A couple months later saying, and in the letter he goes, "I'm working now, John. I got my life together. I'm sorry about what I did to you, John. Can I come back?" He's working.
Right.
He had a
Please.
job.
I need the cookies and milk.
Okay, so Dowd was sentenced to 16 years. He served 12 years. A couple people argued with me the other day and told me that he served 20. No, he served 12, and half that time was in.
He was in a special unit. Go look it up, man, and stop with the bullshit. He was in a special unit for informants and police officers because he's a fag.
Was it like a special eds unit?
Yeah, it was a special unit for cooperators and cops and, you know, rapists and fucking fingers up their ass and everything else. That's the unit he was in.
Okay, now let's get into horses' penises. We're going to get into horses' penises.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me show you the dignity of John Alite, his dignity. Here, I'm going to read we're going to put up a quote that John Alite once said, and then we're going to show you what he wants to put in his mouth. Okay. So let's see right here. This is an actual quote from John Alite. I said, bring me the horse because I'll suck the horse's cock to get him back in the ring with me. He's trying to get John Jr. in the ring. That's what I said. I said, so if you got the horse, bring him over to me. That's how bad I want to get him in the ring. So he's willing to suck this.
Now look, that's the horse he was going to suck off. John Alite, a true horse cock sucker. Look at him. Look at him. Start sucking.
Okay, so listen, people. We don't mean nothing by that, you know. We don't know if it's true, but he did say that he's willing to suck a horse's cock. You know, don't put words in our mouth. That's what he said in it, Danny. You know. So I hear that
he puts horse cocks in his mouth.
I love that. I guess they like to have him around horses when they're studying. You know, he's right there. He's like one of those things that you put the fucking thing into, the sperm thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know how you make your extra money, John. John Alite's pissed right now. He's going to come out. He's going to have we're child rapists and everything. But John, you could do whatever you want until you apologize. We're gonna crush you, dude. Crush you. Okay, let's see. Guys, it's simple. You have way more subscribers because the Lee Cole Danny Trio show is much more liked and is much better. You know, and we love
thanks, Brian.
Viewers. Our when we put up our videos, like after we do our lives, we get triple the amount of people watching it afterwards. People watch our videos and we appreciate it. Our last video on Alite got 7,000. This month, our average video is 6,000 people. That's how much this show's grown. Our videos are getting 6,000 views per video now. You know, I can throw up and that's because you guys like it. You want to see what we put up there. But I can guarantee you, John Alite and his phony 57,000. There's no way. There's no way, people. It always adds up. All you got to do is read the messages at the end of each video. If people don't have no messages or very few underneath a taped show, that means they're full of shit about their numbers. How the fuck did this scumbag get in here? He still has that Georgia accent. Okay, we're going to block John Smith again. John, you can make as many as you want, but we don't want your little bitch ass in here no more. You know, that's basically it.
So if he's got all this information on me, why don't you put it out there, you scumbag?
Yep.
You dick-sucking white supremacist, you cocksucker. You're a punk. You're another fucking troll and a punk, along with your other buddies that lick each other's asses.
But Danny, how was it when you were growing up as a child in Georgia?
Well, let me tell you. I wore overalls and boots and claimed cow shit and all kinds of shit. John Wolf knows. He's got the information.
Okay. The only rat that has any credibility is Mikey Scars. What do you think about that?
Listen, I'm just going to say this, you know, and I'm not going to keep fucking, people are going to believe what they want. The fact of the matter is, anybody that informs with the United States government to get out of their sentence and or to convict other people that did the same crimes as them are rats. I don't care if it's Mikey Scars. I don't care if it's the Pope. It is what it is. So if you like one rat over the other rat, that's your problem or issue. A rat is a rat. And that's it. I mean, it's simple.
And Danny, what would you say to people that would say, well, you had Bill Catullo Jr. on your show?
And absolutely,
exactly.
I did. And again,
we're willing to let anybody come up here and defend themselves. Danny asked Bill Catullo Jr. some really tough questions about money that disappeared.
Well, whether I did or I didn't, the fact of the matter is I struggled with it, and the fact was that Bill wanted me to do the interview. So if you want to call me a rat lover and all that kind of stuff, you go right ahead. But you know, you sound dumb.
And how many days? Wasn't it like 2-3 days where I literally had to beg you to do the interview?
Well, it wasn't begging. It was a.
I was on my knees. I was on my knees like
John.
I was like John Alite. I was on my knees.
You know, it was. We talked about it, and I said, "Listen, against my better judgment, I'm going to do it," and it turned out to be good.
Yep. It turned out to be real good. It did a lot for this show, a lot. Okay. It says I like how Alite can make Florida seem like he's on top of the world in Dubai. People, he's in Tampa near the water. There's millions of people there in Tampa near the water. It's nothing special. Danny lives in Florida also. He just doesn't live near the water. But Danny, you could easily live near the water, right? But Danny has a house.
I can live anywhere I want.
Danny has a house in the mountains in Georgia, a beautiful house, an expensive house. I've seen it. So, you know, Ric Flair is 73 years young. Sir, you're right. For a 73-year-old guy, that guy is pretty incredible, the way he moves around. One day he's just going to stand up and drop dead. FBS and Shanna are good people. Yes. See, people want, and that's another thing I'm going to talk to you about. People want to make it sound like because I don't get involved in some of the stuff, the arguing that's going on or the attacks, that I don't support FBS. I do support FBS. So let's get that straight, first of all. And if some people may not like that, I don't know what to tell them. That's just the way it goes. That's it. And people can think whatever they think because I know the things being said behind, behind the scenes and stuff. I don't care what you say, people. I don't care. What you should do is get your own show, bitch, moan, and groan, instead of running behind my back. Oh, Lee's not standing up for you. If people know me by now, when you go into a person's chat room and you support them and you're willing to support them and be their friend, you support them. End of story. There's people that support me that other people don't like. That's just the way it goes. I disagree with Dowd is a fool. No, he's not. He's a good man. Okay, D'Agosto. Dag Osta. How would you say that name?
D'Agosta.
D'Agosta, Alite wearing a pink t-shirt, hoodie, leaning on a balcony. Yeah, this is what life is all about. Rat-infested canals behind clubs you get chased out of. Yeah, guy, see, he talks about murders and all these murders he did. Maybe one. Maybe one. He's not the killer that he pretends to be. A real gangster would say, yeah, you know what, Danny? Okay, let's do this. Let's get this together. What the hell? But he's not doing it. When Jimmy Calandra wanted to fight him, same thing. He backed out. He said, oh, I can't fight Jimmy because...
My heart.
Yeah, my heart, whatever. Why does he want to fight John Jr.? Because he knows that would make him a lot of fucking money. He's willing to go in that ring.
Well, it's not going to happen.
He knows it's not going to happen.
And he's quite positive it's not going to happen. I got an idea. Why don't he fight the MMA fighter, his son? Why don't he fight him? I mean, John Alite's a killer. He could beat anybody up. He don't give a fuck. So why don't he fight the MMA fighter?
Maybe he can have one of his sons. Maybe he can have one of his sons fight the MMA fighter.
They were going to beat his sons up in Queens in the fucking restaurant or whatever it was. And they fucking ran. They were scared. Fucking 9 Gambino associates had him fucking terrified. The kids called their father. What did Alite do? What did he do? Call the police?
Okay, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this, people, because I ain't afraid to read shit. And I'm going to read this. And this comes from some clown. I'm not going to even mention his name because it's not even worth it. But he has a couple people out there, Okay, this says, Lee, I'm asking you this with all due respect, but I've seen emails where you were extremely kind toward Alite, and they have been posted on that guy, well, I'm not going to say his name, his channel. John Alite's giving them to him to post. Yes. When I first got into this, people, over a year ago, I came into this blind. Absolutely blind. And then when you learn people, and you learn what they're like, especially John Alite, when John Alite was supposed to come on my show for an interview, you know what he did? The night before, I got 500 subs overnight. And FBS could tell you this story. I got 500 subs overnight. And so when he came on, there were a bunch, it was like he was saying, look at me, everybody wants to be in here and see me. And then after the interview, the following day, they all started falling off. And they were cheap, they were cheap bots from overseas. It fucked up my show. It left all sorts of shit behind once these things came out. YouTube caught it. So he was willing to say, thanks for the interview, Lee, but fuck you. I'm going to pretend I'm popular and put all these bots in your channel. That's John Alite. Okay? Have I made mistakes of, he'll be back. Have I made mistakes of liking certain people that I shouldn't have liked? Without a doubt. But it's like you're growing when you're in here. You start, when I came into this, I was shocked that people watched me in the beginning. People just started watching my show. Same with FBS. People started watching our shows. The first month I was in here, I had almost 200,000 views in 1 month. In 1 month, the first month. I got to 1,000 in a couple weeks. FBS and I, we both got to 1,000 in a couple of weeks. And then where I went wrong, basically thinking that you could trust rats, not understanding what rats are. But one thing I'm not, people, and you won't find this, I've been arrested several times in my life. And you'll never see anything about me ratting, ever. It's that simple. Have I made mistakes? Yes. Do I regret anything positive I've ever done with John Alite? Absolutely. Because he's the sleaziest of them all. So the scumbag that's talking a lot of crap and wants me to interview him and stuff, here's what I can tell you. Let your show grow up. Like, try to get like 100 people in your live chats. Become something. Stop talking stupid. Stop attacking me behind the scenes, and then I'll give you an interview. How's that? Don't come to me begging for an interview because you got a little shit show and it's not growing. I'm not going to give you a big show. You got to earn it, and you haven't earned it. By attacking me, you're earning shit, Loomis. Absolutely. You won't get nothing from me, dude. Earn it. Attack me, you'll never be on this show ever. You'll never get an interview ever. Shut up and earn it. I'll bring you on and interview you. I can't say it better than that, people. I hope Alite gets KO'd, but at least he turned up. Okay. Danny, I was getting nervous. I was like, where's Danny? I'm lost.
Alite sent a hit squad out.
Did they sneak up on you in the McDonald's parking lot?
Yeah, I ran one over.
What are you doing at McDonald's anyway?
McDonald's? I'm not McDonald's.
Oh, well, John Alite said that you do your from McDonald's now. Right?
Oh, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Jeff Nadeau? I don't need. No. I'm not talking about Jeff Nadeau. Jeff Nadeau has a real show, people. I'm not talking about Jeff Nadeau. Okay. I dated Marilyn Monroe, John Alite. Wow. A lot of these clowns. These guys say so much shit that it's unbelievable. Let's get into Sammy Gavano. Okay, Sammy Gavano was always knew he was going to be a rat. Sammy Gavano, and here's something people don't talk about. Sammy Gavano was caught on FBI tape before he was John Gotti and him were caught above the Raven Night. And that tape disappeared. It's nowhere around now. The feds have hidden it. Why? Why do you think the feds have gotten rid of that? They don't let us hear that, but they'll let us hear what's played about at the Raven Night.
Well, you know why? Because it incriminates him. He's a rat. He knew he was going to rat even before he blames John Gotti. And again, it's a victim. They blame everything on somebody else instead of taking ownership on what they did, why they did it, and that's it. They want to blame everybody.
And Danny, you know some from your Facebook pages, you know some people that are around that basically admit that they became informants.
Yeah, there's a few of them, but you know what it is?
They take their role.
That's it. You don't hear nothing about them. They ride off in the sunset and open up businesses or whatever the fuck they do, and you don't hear nothing about them. These are the guys that come on a platform that want to embellish and say, look at me, and try to glorify what they did. You know what I'm saying? Or why they did it. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, by the way, people, if anybody wants to donate to this show, feel free to do so, please. Okay. Let's see. Chris the cop. Lee and Danny, you guys make a great team for this show. As a retired NYPD cop, I always respected guys who were real, authentic, regardless of the past. Keep up the great work. Chris,
thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
And I appreciate the fact that you say you're Chris the cop and you don't give a shit. So, it's something. I put up a thing, and this is talking about RJ that has Black Handprint Mafia. He said something very nice. He said that this show right here is the sleeper show that's going to grow. And I appreciate that because I got to learn a lot about RJ. One, the guy comes from absolute poverty. He pulled him up by the boots, himself up by the bootstraps, no excuses, and he's developed a great show. Heck, he got Mikey Scars. Anybody here would love to have Mikey Scars. Not because he's an informant, because Mikey Scars was actually something that these other guys weren't. A gangster. He was a gangster, right, Danny? You can't deny that.
I don't know. I never met him. Don't know him, but that seems to be the consensus. But he's still an informant. He's still a rat.
Exactly. He's still an informant. He put people away in prison, but he's not out here glorifying. You don't hear him saying anything about putting the blame on other people. You don't hear him saying that, like these other guys. And these other low-level guys like John Alite, Larry Mazza, these are low-level guys. They really weren't big in their families. You don't think those guys were major players like Alite and Mazza, do you, Danny?
Mazza, as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe Larry Mazza was even made. Secondly, Alite was a parasite. He was an errand boy. He got slapped around by John Gotti Jr. He got fucked in his ass by Michael Dowd. You know, they're all a bunch of fucking babies. They're crybabies. And when you say something about them, it's like, how dare you talk about me? Well, I'll tell you what, John Alite, I'm going to talk about you until you come see me. That's a challenge.
Or apologize. What a video.
I don't even want an apology. I want him to come see me and tell me to my face that I'm a child molester. That's what I want.
That sounds fair enough, people, don't it? So for people that go on John Alite's channels and stuff and he calls people child molesters, ask him why he would call a man, myself or Danny, child molesters. There's nothing out there that shows that we're child molesters. We're not on no watch list, or we're not listed in states or national, the national program that they have. We're not listed on any of those people because I'm a grandfather. Danny's a father. And this piece of shit, whose son, his oldest son sits in prison. Has tattoos all over his face. He has another person in his family that we'll get into that when we have to. We'll hold that up our sleeve right now.
It's a sexually based fucking relative. You're a lowlife, John Alite, and anybody in your family is a fucking lowlife. How about that, tough guy? How about that? I'm 48 miles from you, tough guy.
Okay, Tony V. No, it's not good. Jimmy Calander's career is not over. You got to understand, you got a lot of fanboys in here who are very dedicated to the channels they're on. And they're going to stay there. That's just a myth, thinking that anybody's going to end anybody on here. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. You're going to attack people. You can come up with actual evidence. It doesn't mean nothing. People got their base of support, and they're going to keep their base of support. There's a 2-hour video on YouTube with Dowd testifying. Exactly, Ruth Doctor. Basically, you mean Dowd ratting, because that's what he was doing. He was ratting out cops that weren't as bad as him. Cops went to prison because of Michael Dowd.
And he calls his ex-partner, a rat. A rat. He's a rat. He's a rat.
I would bet you that. Do you think that Michael Dowd would say that to his ex-partner's face?
I would beat Michael Dowd's fucking ass. And then I would tattoo Alite on him. I'd get a fucking branding iron, and I'd tattoo fucking Alite on his forehead.
And then when we're done with that, we'll call Dan, the Albanian from Brooklyn,
so he can fuck him in his ass.
Lee, look up Damon. Hey, Joey Melrose, there's no issues. We have people that are willing to do these boxing matches. We even have people on his side that would be doing it. I even got a guy in Staten Island that we can go to his gym. How about that, Alite? But you'll come with a fucking entourage because you're a fag, a punk. You take it in the ass. You stick Coke bottles up your fucking ass, you punk. Do you think that he'll bring his horse? The Black Stallion. Yeah, the Black Stallion will bring the horse.
Skin it back and suck it, John.
Lee is just skipping my questions. I copied and pasted it 7 times. You know what? King of Liberty Avenue, I don't see your question. Maybe they blocked it for some reason. I'm going to go back, okay, and I'm going to see if I see you up here.
They make accusations against people, and then you're supposed to sit back and say, oh, okay, you know. And then they want to challenge you to a fight, and then where's the fight? Where's everything? Why don't they contact people? Where is it? Because they're all phonies. John Alite, come see me. Come see me.
Terry Time, $20. Good afternoon from Texas, Lee and Danny.
These are all comic book characters. They're all comic book. They're all punks.
Danny, say hi to Terry Time. She just donated $20.
Thank you, Terry Time.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I'm getting sick of this shit. You know, they get on here and they talk shit and they say what they're going to do and they do nothing. They're like Muppets. That's all they do is they're like Sesame Street. John Alite, where are you? Why don't you come on the show, Jane Alite? And you too, Michael the Fag Dowd. Takes it in the ass with his Coke bottle. Where are you? Riding around on your jet ski? Where are you punk?
Liberty Avenue. Yeah, so King of Liberty Avenue, I don't see any up there, so I can't believe you. I don't see any pasted remarks.
Why goes to everybody out there? They talk shit about you. They want to say this, that, but they never meet you. I wonder why they never meet you. Why? Can anybody answer that question? All the Einsteins out there?
Because they never were really gangsters in the street. That's why. A real gangster would just meet you. Mob, okay, I'm 47, no doubt. I'd fight him, but here's a few weight divisions above me. Everyone who thinks fighting a boxer in the street is the same.
He's not a boxer. Oh my God. Where does this guy come from?
Right, let me tell you something. Mob Organized Crime Podcast. What evidence do you have that John Alite is a boxer? Does he have a record? Does he have
no? Because he listens to his father. When I was little, my father taught me how to fight and box. Get the fuck out of it. How come he's been knocked out every fucking time? In the street, he was knocked out. And he's some hell of a boxer. Does he have an amateur record? Does he have a professional record? I know he's got a professional record of sucking cock. It's been documented. So listen, do me a fucking favor. Mafia, mob, whatever the fuck you are, do me a favor. Take a walk.
Danny.
These guys are fucking... Why don't he suck his ass a little more? Oh, he's a boxer.
Miss can't be wrong. No one can. Our hands are registered weapons, but unfortunately get held at a different standard if we fought in the street. Yeah.
He's a boxer. Yeah.
How many times, Danny, did you ever see a fight in the street where you seen a big guy fight a little guy, and you thought for sure that big guy...
Listen, I don't give a fuck if I'm 5'11", 245 pounds, and he's 5'3", 180. If he's got a mouth almighty and he wants to talk shit, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. Period. I don't give a fuck what training he has. So do I. Brooklyn, New York, motherfucker. That's my training. How about that?
He's from Crown Heights. No,
I don't give a fuck where he's from. He's from fucking Woodhaven. Horse Teeth. That's where he's from.
Crown Heights.
Crown Heights.
He's Crown Heights, Bushwick, and he's from all over.
I'm from Coney Island. Come see me, motherfucker. That's where I'm from, Coney Island.
See, John, you really pissed him off, man. He's
a fag. Listen, John Alite, again, I'll meet you anywhere you want, pal. Any fucking way you want. I'll meet you in front of your house if you tell me where you live.
Be careful. He'll call his holders and tell them.
Listen, he can call the fucking Pope. He can call the Pope, and I'm not bullshitting here. You're a fag. You're a cocksucker, is what you are.
Danny's holding back today, people.
Fuck this cocksucker. He's a cum-drunk motherfucker. Fuck him.
People that spend their life constantly lying eventually get called out because they can't keep up with all the bullshit they're spewing. Absolutely. Chris the Cop, that's what it is. When you tell lies, they catch up to you. One lie covers up another lie.
You know, if he's such a tough guy, then he wouldn't go battle back and forth. He would just do what he's got to do and do it. But he don't do that. He's a meme. That's what he is. He's a fucking jerk off. So is the other fucking cum drinker, Michael Dowd. I'm not a rat. I just take it in the ass.
But Danny, Danny, didn't you see though that Michael Dowd was dressed up like he was on
Yeah,
Miami Vice?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I'm a nobody. I'm fat. I got a shit bag. I got half a knee. So you can beat me up. You can beat me.
you got a half a knee. This is new.
Yeah,
Now you have a
yeah,
shit bag and a half
yeah,
a knee.
yeah. And I got a unicorn growing out my neck.
I had somebody say the other day, no, today, a matter of fact, they wrote me an email. They said, Lee, how come you don't have the balls to fight Alite? Why are you sending Danny to do it?
Because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck my fucking motherfuckers. They think who the fuck they are, these people. It's
Ryan
amazing.
Press, how you doing, my man? Okay, let's see what else we got here. We have Gunsmoke. How you doing, buddy?
He says he beat up Aruccio in fucking prison. Aruccio knocked your teeth out. You fucking wart looking motherfucker, you.
He said he beat Aruccio up?
Hey, listen, forget about it. Aruccio knocked his teeth out. This guy's a fucking blowhard. Oh, there's people that saw me beat him up. You're a ghost. You can't beat yourself up. Albanian. I'm Albanian blood. Half the Albanians don't even like you, you clown. You're a rat. You're a cock-sucking rat.
Well, see, the older Albanians don't like him. The young kids are just like the young people we have in here.
Listen, any young kid that idolizes somebody like him is a fucking rat themselves. He goes to schools and talks to young kids. Yeah, he can't even speak. He's a fucking illiterate. You ever hear him speak? He's a moron.
I heard that he can't even sign an autograph.
He can't even speak, let alone that. I bet you he writes like a fourth grader. This fucking bum. He's a bum.
Michael Hensley says Bill Catullo Jr. is a good man. John Alite is not. It's that simple, people. I agree with you, dude. I agree with that, Michael.
Fucking people, they say they talk about you like they're killers. They can't even wipe their fucking asses. None of them. Cocksucker.
Okay. Nightmare. Danny and Lee, I got a question. Is a police report considered proof of being a rat, even though that report is based on the word of whatever that cop chose to write in his report? You got a good
Absolutely.
point.
Listen.
Let me just say something, Danny. Nightmare, you have a good point, but here's the problem. These guys got 302s. They ratted. They said things. Okay? Nightmare, that's a poor excuse. I was charged with kidnapping by a cop. And when I got to jail, and when the DA got it, they dropped it because it wasn't true. Sure, cops lie.
Absolutely.
And that's fair enough. That question's fair enough, the way you put it. The gas pipe was the dumbest rat ever. He got his deal revoked after he gave up his friends. Yeah, but here's the difference between gas pipe. Can you explain to them the difference between gas pipe and John Alite, please?
Well, listen, they're both failures. John Alite's testimony, it's out there in the public, was a disaster. A fucking disaster. Gas pipe is just a fucking retard. He don't know what fucking planet he lived on. So they're both consensually dumb. They're retarded. So you take it for what it's worth. Alite's testimonies are out there. It's a fact that the attorney's office said he was one of the worst witnesses ever seen.
That's right. A matter of fact, when he testified against Gotti, they literally wrote articles, laughing at him. At him.
Yeah, because he's an illiterate. He's a moron.
I support everyone. I don't pick sides. I like listening to stories. Help me keep the straight and narrow. Hey, you know what, Evan? At least you admit it. That's right. You like listening to stories. Totally respect that.
Well, that's just like the kid that likes to pick up a comic book.
Yeah.
It is what it is. A comic book. That's John Alite. A character. A comic book character.
Think about it, people. He said that Tommy Karate sent a hit squad to his house. Tommy Karate came out and said he's a liar.
I mean, just take that question or answer, whatever the fuck it is, in totality. Tommy Karate sent the hit squad. Jesus Christ, you got to be my God, you got to be an idiot to believe this fucking mental midget.
Danny, was the Tommy Karate known on the streets about being a failure when it came to hits?
I mean, listen. It's a dumb question.
If Tommy Cardi was looking for you,
if he wanted you dead, you'd be dead. Any idiot knows that. You know, this guy's a fucking. Forget about it. This guy is a skell, a lowlife. I can go on and on. He's not even relevant. That's why he comes here on this platform and attacks me and you with lies. At least come with fucking facts. You come with fucking lies. You're a joke. You're a laughter. Everybody laughs at you. Everybody. Even the Gotti family. You're a failure. You can't even get them right. You're a fucking failure.
Lee, you don't have sealed minutes, right? No, I don't have any sealed minutes. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're trying to get out with this question. If you need to ask another content maker question, go to his channel and ask him that question. You're not going to get me to bite Get Lit 247. Okay. MB is saying she sent Tony. I don't want to. Hey, listen, I don't want to talk about the memes going on here and stuff right now.
Memes.
We're doing a show. We're doing a show. But let me tell you something. I will talk about it. Anybody sending those, who's ever sending those, are evil. If you're putting people's families in them or whatever, you're evil. You're a coward. Plain and simple. I can't say it any other way. If YouTube, if Alite wants to fight a YouTuber, it should be on Mooney Dashcam. He does MMA, and he choked the hot air out of Alite. Yeah, Mooney Dashcam, great show. One of my favorites, people. That kid's got his act together. His dad's a good man, and yeah, he would definitely choke him out. Lee, your show was garbage and was not growing until Danny came along. Humble yourself, dude. Danny, was that true that my show wasn't growing until you came along?
No, you had a show way before me. You had you had almost 4,000 subs. Listen, I'm here. Whatever it is. You people want to say I'm doing better with Lee, or Lee's doing better with me, whatever.
I am doing better with you.
The fact of the matter is, here's the problem. When you have people, stupid people like John Alite and anyone else that has a problem with what we say about what they did, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So, again, these people are nothing but fucking douchebags, and their content is lies. That's what they do. And that's why they have so many pretend followers. They don't have real followers.
Every one of our followers or subs, people are real. Every one. And, you know, that's the one thing about this genre. Like the MobTube genre in general, if you have FBS, myself, or these other shows, Angel Gotti or MRE, I believe that everybody's show, they earned everything they have. We didn't go out and buy shit. None of us. We earned it the hard way. We worked hard. We could turn our show into 20,000 subs tomorrow if we wanted to lie. We know who those people are. That's not people in MobTube.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They come on a platform, accuse you of something, call you out to fight. Where are they? I mean, realistically, if I come on here and call you and say this, that you're a rapist, and I want to fight you, and then I don't do nothing. How do you follow a liar and a fraud and a coward like that? Look. He wants to jerk Johnny Boy off. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Come on, John. Let me touch it. Look at him. Like a Fruit Loop.
Okay.
And then John slapped him.
He probably slapped him with his penis too. But anyway.
He cock slapped him. Yeah, he cock slapped him. Fucking punk.
And listen, John was making fun of my teeth, people.
Yeah. Look at horse face. Mud on. Look at that fucking mug. He's got a tooth that's growing out of a tooth. Look at this fucking weasel rat cocksucker with a fucking. They called him. You know what they called him over there in Queens? Horse tooth. That's what they called him. Yeah, isn't that common? Because he skins a horse, cocks back, and sucks it with that snaggle, with that fucking snaggle out.
Oh God.
Fucking fag.
People, this show isn't being monetized today. I just want to let you know that. I'm not even getting my hopes up, but it's great entertainment. What the fuck? If you can't come back and watch this, something's wrong with you. Hey, Danny, this is, I know for a fact, everywhere Alite goes, it is with a big bodyguard armed. And
Yeah, he had a black guy. He might have a yellow guy now. I don't know. You know, he had a big black guy before. Maybe he's got a, I don't know. Maybe he's got a sumo wrestler with him now. John Alite's a coward, a straight coward.
That his bodyguard is Michael Dowd now.
Michael Dowd couldn't pop a fucking pimple on his nose. So, you know, Michael Dowd is a fag.
Terry Time. Hello, how you doing, Terry Time? I hope
Hi,
you get
Terry
that
Time.
puppy ready for me that you promised me. The one that you said you're going to give to me for $10. I'll be waiting for that. Polly needs a friend.
It's funny. These guys, they talk mad shit and they laugh like two schoolgirls, right? But where are they? What are they going to do? If you threaten them, you're going to have a knock at your door. But they can come on here and call you a child molester. They want to fight you. Where are you? Where are you, Laurel and Hardy? Where the fuck are you?
Okay, this is from Fat Bald Sicilian. $5. Thank you, Chris. I showed my sentence minutes live on YouTube. If anybody wants them, email me. Can't say it better than that. So the person that came on here to throw that shit up, we're right on you guys. We're right on you. Okay.
These fucking guys are unreal. These are guys that, they haven't done nothing in their lives. Nothing. They don't even have a speeding ticket.
Hey, Rolex, you got my email, leecole1010@gmail. Can you email me if you don't mind? I really appreciate that. You know why. But if you could take care of that, I would really appreciate that. leecole1010@gmail. Thanks, you, Rolex. Okay. I hope this is entertaining enough today, people. Danny's in fine form. Michael DiLeonardo was in a big court case in Atlanta over the Gold Club. Strip club.
Yeah, the strip club. Yeah, he was there with a bunch of other guys.
And so who would exactly explain who?
I forget their names. There was a whole bunch of them there in federal court.
Okay, let's see what we got. Rest in peace, Salvi Testa, Danny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact.
And listen, we were going to talk today, and we're going to talk probably tomorrow on tomorrow's show. We're going to do like a double dip this weekend. But we're going to
don't use that word. Don't use that word because Dowd and Alite are gonna get that word, a double dip.
Double dip, yeah.
Yeah.
But, listen, next time we come on here, Danny, I want you dressed up like Don Johnson.
I am. I'm gonna slick my hair back. I got some really dark shades, and I'm gonna wear a Miami Vice shirt, right? And I'm gonna forget about it.
Danny, would you like to get Alite a stepladder because he's 5'4"?
Or I'll just fight him on my knees, one or the other.
No, don't get on your knees around John.
Oh yeah,
that excites him. When another man gets on their knees, come on.
Yeah, he gets excited.
Isn't there like a rumor going around about him with the he/she's and stuff?
Yeah, he likes chicks with dicks. That's what he likes. He likes a male with a big cock and tits. That's what he likes.
And he admitted on his show.
Yeah. He don't hide it. I'm not saying anything that's untrue.
On one hand, he loves Donald Trump, and on the other hand, he loves he/she.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all over the place.
Yeah, you talk about a flip flopper. He loves to flop and flip, toss the salad and everything else.
There was a restaurant in Atlanta suburbs called Jilly's Ribs. It was busted as a mob-owned business. The mob used it in Georgia. Well, listen, if anybody knows about Georgia, it's Steve.
Oh, that's me. I was born and raised there.
So, Danny, if you need to know where a restaurant is in Georgia, email Danny. Go on Facebook, ask him. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Miss Charlie Stein, how you doing, Miss Charlie Stein? That's the worst thing, to be accused of it if it's not true. Go for them hard. I hate bullies. Miss Charlie Stein, exactly. Not only do they go after you, they call you the worst thing possible.
We should really get into OnlyFans. you know, the perverted and sexual side of OnlyFans. Aren't you familiar with that, Alite?
OnlyFans. We don't
Yeah,
want to bring that poor person up because they had to deal with Alite their whole life.
yeah.
But you know, we'll leave it at that, people. You guys figure it out. Mickey Scars picked RJ because RJ presents his content very respectfully, is sophisticated when doing podcasts with no personal axe to grind. You know,
Well, that ain't me.
yeah.
So RJ, do your thing. That ain't fucking me.
Yeah, and that's just RJ style, and we give him a lot of credit for it. Nobody wants to go to prison for 50 years. They take your rackets, your money, and your women.
So they shouldn't be out there doing bad things. Be a man. If you want to go out and commit crimes and you get caught, take your lumps.
Yeah, it's what people do now. You know, they figure that they have a freebie. They can go out and deal drugs.
So, right. So if you have a wife or a girlfriend and you conceive a child, right? What do? You take care of that child till that child's of age to take care of himself, right? Or what do? Just have him born and take off and say, ah, fuck it. You know, I made him. I don't want him. Fuck him.
NRE says there was an old American Justice show on AE about Michael Dowd. The minute he got caught, he gave everyone up.
Yeah, because again, exactly right. Again, here's a guy that was the lowest form on the earth, lied, stole, whatever the fuck he did, right? But then he gets reinvigorated and he comes on YouTube and right away he's a killer. He's a tough guy. He'll do anything. So, you know, whatever, man.
Hey, Billy K has a problem that he wants to put up for you, Danny.
Right.
Billy says, Danny, please don't talk bad about Gunner because Gunner will knock us all out. He's feared.
Yeah, well, that's Bill. Bill, he was already given a chance to go in a ring with an MMA fighter, okay? Because listen, Gunner can knock anybody out. You know what I mean? I mean, I've heard him say it. He don't give a fuck who you are. So somebody presented him an offer to fight an MMA fighter. An MMA fighter, because Gunner is tough. He'll knock a fucking cow out. So he refused because he said the MMA fighter was too young. So again, he's not as tough as he says he is. Realistically, he wouldn't care if the guy is 10 years younger than him. You know? So listen.
Lee and Danny, hope you guys are well.
Mob Chronicles, I love you. Mob Chronicles, please go sub to Mob Chronicles. Good guy.
Lee and Danny, hope you guys are good. Johnny Mac, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see. We're a little bit behind here. I'm going to try to catch up. If I pass you guys, don't be mad. Okay. I hope you guys are being entertained today. My father taught me to box. Is there something wrong with that?
Not at all.
Not at all. God bless you, man. We have no problem with you, Evan. Nice
And guess
guy,
what?
brother.
Brooklyn, New York taught me how to fight. Is there something wrong with that?
Lee Cole and Danny Trio should book a fight at Barstool. At least there's money to be made. Listen, there's actually money to be made in other areas. People like this shit. They like these celebrity matches. But John Alite will never accept a celebrity match. Never, never, ever. He talks about it, but he won't do it.
He's never done it. He hasn't fought anybody. Who'd he fight?
Well, he fought in the street a few times.
Oh, yeah, he got knocked out, too.
John Alite's the type of guy that comes up behind you and hits you in the back of your knees.
Exactly. A coward.
Or
A coward. Or he'll punch you when there's 9, 10 guys standing around. Because if he gets...
Let's think about one of his hits. John Alite admits that he brought the guy into the bar, got him drunk, then took him into the car and killed him.
Oh, I thought he blew him first.
Who knows? He may have. But, you know, maybe he blew him after he shot him. Who the hell knows? But anyway, John Alite admits that he got this guy into the bar, got him drunk, gave him drugs, got him all fucked up, then took him out to the car. See, would a real gangster do that? A real gangster just come up to you and...
Well, he says he's a Gambino hitman. He's tough. How come he hasn't done anything to me yet?
God, I hope nothing happens to Danny, people. Shit. You know what's happening right now, Danny?
I think he's calling John Gotti Sr. to ask him what to do.
Okay, Danny, here's the problem. Right now, you kind of set yourself up because now Tony Pizza can come for you, and they know that somebody else will blame him.
So, yeah, Tony Pizza can't. Yeah, all right.
I saw a kid, 5'4", jab a dude's eye closed. Who was
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Size matters. Listen, when I was locked up, I seen guys bench pressing 400 pounds get knocked the fuck out, cold by guys not even lifting weights, not even in their realm as far as what they looked like. So listen, all that bullshit. He's in shape. He's ripped. He sucks cock and everything. Don't listen. You guys live in a fairy tale world.
Gunsmoke says new quips I've never heard before in my life. Wow, Danny, come on, you're putting up new content. Mr. H, pricks like Alite hit the heavy bag or pads, and they think they're boxers.
Right. Exactly. So if I go to my house and I put a heavy bag on a tree and a fucking speed bag on a tree and I start hitting it, that makes me a boxer, right? That's what you're saying.
Michael Hensley, Danny Trio is the man. Michael, you don't ever say Lee Cole's the man. I have feelings here. I'm starting to think that you guys are here for Danny. I'm just like a throw-in. That's the feeling I'm getting. Danny, if I died tomorrow and you came up here and took over the show, you two probably shut you down after a week. But
yeah, okay. Lee's the show. Lee knows what to do. I don't know nothing. I just got a big mouth.
No, but your shit comes out good. You talk about horses' cock, prostitutes' cocks,
chicks with dicks.
Chicks with dicks. I mean,
right.
Danny's mic is so loud I have to be lowering the volume when he rants with that language. Don Vito, either you guys are bitching that his mic's not loud enough, or now it's all I can tell you to do is turn down your TV or your phone or whatever. But Don, thank you for. I noticed it's loud too, but I want to hear Danny. It's better. Would you guys rather have it the way we usually do it, where Danny's here and his mic goes in and out? Okay, let's see. Don Vito says I'm putting my headphones on. Let's see. 1 second, please. Okay. My sister was texting me, my lovely sister. So I made a joke this morning with my sister. She told me she was at the beach in Daytona. And I told her, why isn't she at home working and making money for her man? And then about 20 minutes later, her husband put on Facebook, what do you mean her man? What are you trying to say? I'm like, dude, you're so sensitive. Yo, Danny, what up? Clearwater Beach, dude. Semper Fi, dude.
What's up, Steve? I hear you, brother.
Soretti, what's up, Danny and Lee? How you doing, Soretti?
What's up, Matt?
His story doesn't keep people away from life either. I got news for you. Kids hear it, like it, and they're young. And yes, listen. John Alite does not give two shits about a kid that doesn't. If John Alite can make money off a kid illegally, he would do so. Until the day John Alite dies, he is what he is. Gas pipe never had a cookie puss. Yeah, I agree with you, Mob Organized. Gas Pipe was definitely a gangster. I mean, you got to say one thing about Gas Pipe. He was shot like 5 or 6 times and lived. And then a couple weeks later, he was out killing the people that shot him. So, I can't picture if John Alite got shot, what would he have done? He would have ran to the feds. At least Gas Pipe waited till he went to prison before he ran to the feds. Okay. For anyone that's seen Matthew Berry on Mulberry Street Mob Lawyer, he hates rats too. Yes, Matthew Berry's show is actually very good, and I would definitely recommend it. I learned stuff when I watch his show that because he's a lawyer, he knows these things. I enjoy his show. Scott, great point. I would recommend it. A matter of fact, Danny, you've seen his show, right?
Great show, and if you haven't subbed to his content, please go to his channel and sub. The guy is fascinating. He's very smart. intelligent, and he talks in layman's terms. He talks like you and I. I mean, not like me, but like you guys.
No,
So
he talks just like you, Danny.
nah, he don't scream like me, but he's great. So please go check him out and sub to his channel.
Okay, Danny, would you say that the gas pipes face on the street face to face back in the day?
I probably would, but you got to remember. How come Gas Pipe wasn't as tough in prison when he was on the street? Because he got knocked out a few times in prison, and he was saved by the gods once. Saved by the gods once.
What was the name? What was the name of the guy that threw him a beating?
Sal Micciota. So Sal almost killed him. So again, you say what you want. Was he a gangster? Yeah. Was he crazy? Absolutely. But again, he was a guy that, he had to have 100 people around him. He would kidnap his victim, like the one we know about, bring him to an area or an apartment or a warehouse and put him in a chair and start sticking ice picks in him. Again, he didn't do them by himself. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he wasn't. I don't believe he was a tough guy. I believe he was a gangster.
But I'll tell you what, though. If you knew on the street that Gas Pipe was looking for you,
he wasn't looking for you. His fucking people were looking for you. It does matter. It does matter. One-on-one, what is he going to do? He ain't going to fight you.
So you want to put him in the same league as Tommy Karate?
No.
Okay. Because Tommy Karate would come look for you on his own.
Tommy Karate was a man made of cloth that you don't see no more. He was diabolical, and he was what he was. But Gas Pipe was a paranoid, scaredy cat. That's what he was, and he killed just to kill because he was paranoid.
Like DeMeo.
Yeah, the same. Consistency.
But the only thing is, DeMeo would actually kill you, whereas like he ran into that. Well, Tommy Karate would go to his house himself. Please, now, if people believe that one, I have some nice stocks. I would
exactly.
Chad,
exactly.
I know 2 pizza parlor owners in Staten Island of about Albanian descent. They hate Alite's ass.
And I believe you. Absolutely.
We had the guy up here that wants to beat people up and rape them. What was his name?
Yeah, Church Avenue Dan. And the Church Avenue Dan feels the same way about him.
And don't ever fight Church Avenue Dan, because he will rape
because
you.
When he beats you, he's going to run up in you.
When that was over, people, we could not. I'll tell you what, whether you like Church Street Dan, Church Ave Dan, when he said that, people, I was shocked. I went back and watched it. I laughed so fucking hard. And would you know that YouTube monetized that show? Go figure that out. So if you're going to fight Church Avenue Dan, just remember you got to win or you're in for a lot of trouble. Gas Pipe was a rat, but unlike Alite, he was a legitimate gangster beforehand, one of the most dangerous ever. Yes, without a doubt. And let's remember, people, a lot of gangsters are only as tough as the people they have around them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, listen, you guys, everybody has their own opinion. And believe me, my opinions are warped at least, but it is what it is.
Okay, this guy, you have a good point here, Toby Jug. Alite has a massive UK following. He's, just say it's the truth. Because those people from England, a lot of them don't understand the life.
Well, they idolize, listen, a lot, and I'm not guys in Europe and I'm just speaking of what I see. I have no firsthand knowledge, but these guys gravitate towards anything mafia in the United States. It's a big thing for them, and that's fine. But they need to learn to separate the truth from bullshit. And John Alite is the quintessential horseshit artist. That's what he is.
Okay, Buster Detroit. How's that? My mic sucks. Are you having trouble hearing me, Danny?
No. What's up, Buster?
Is anybody else having trouble out there? These guys from Detroit, man, they annoy the shit out of me. Ever since they like, we killed Jimmy Hoffa, they think they're special. But anyway, thank you for letting me know that. You know what it is, Buster? I'm away from the mic. I'm on it now. How's that sound? Better? Okay, but Mobster Chronicles. Ciao, guys. Alar and Dow are a couple of papagallos that
That's a
squawk.
parrot, Papagallo. That's a parrot.
That squawk. Who do you think? I didn't know what that was.
You couldn't even pronounce it. Move on.
I thought it was Joe Gallo's papa. Okay. Okay. Just two Fanook rat F's fucks talking shit. Can't back it up. Alar's next in line behind Gummer for my attention. Hey.
Thank you, Mobster Chronicles. Thank you.
And if you need anything from us when it comes to Alite Mobster, let us know. I'm sure you don't. But you'd be surprised the stuff that we have that we don't talk about, that we easily we're saving that stuff for when he gets out of control and calls us child molesters again. Next time we'll come after him even worse. You hear that, Johnny boy? Apologize, John. Jesse Roth, good one. Okay, let's see. Toby Jug, I'm from UK. Alite is a piece of shit, pal.
Thank you.
Nick, when we say that, a lot of people from England don't understand the American mafia. They think the Krays would survive here. The Krays would be dead in 2 days if they were in Brooklyn back in the day. It's just that simple. Because the Krays were very sloppy. And in order to be a good gangster, you can't be sloppy. You eventually get killed. Toby Jug, that's because they are in another country and they don't know anybody. That's exactly it. People from Australia, whatever. But I'll tell you what, if you look at someone like O.C. Shorts, he studies and then he does his stuff. And that's what separates, he's from England, but he studies it. You think he knows about the American mob? No, he knows what he learns. So but that's me. I know so much more this year than I knew last year. Danny, with your sites, do you find that you're learning stuff every day?
Well, yeah, because there's stories and situations where you don't hear about or you don't know about, and people bring it to the forefront. There's a lot of good researchers out there that have access to different types of FOIA information, and that the government doesn't want you to see, but it is available publicly. You just have to know how to find it. So there's all kinds of information about them or mobsters or guys that's out there. A lot of it's redacted, but there's some really good pieces that you can find about them.
Okay, Michael Hensley, $4.99. Danny's the man.
Thank you, Mike.
Once again, Danny Trio's the man. I don't see Danny Trio and Lee Cole's the man. I see Danny Trio. Are you sensing some jealousy between us now? Okay.
Again, if anybody hasn't, please, if you like to donate, please go ahead and do so. We would appreciate it.
And on the bottom, here's my Cash App. If you want to send any money to the Cash App, send it to Cash App. Venmo I have down there, but I prefer Cash App. Thank you.
Appreciate that. If you don't, it's good too.
Yeah, no, we just love having you here. John Alite claims he was behind the Columbo hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before the guy that shot Columbo went there, John Alite gave him a blowjob. What was the name of the guy that shot Columbo? Can't think of his name. I'm sure
Johnson.
Yes, yeah.
You see the whole. It runs in form. Johnson, Horsecock, the Johnson. That's Alite.
John Alite, you've been ravaged today. We were going to go in on Sammy, but there's Sammy. Look at Sammy. Sammy tattoos his eyebrows now. He has tattooed eyebrows, people. Did you see the most recent thing with Sammy? They're playing his clip in Times Square, and his daughter's looking at the clip, and she's on a video going, "Dad, you finally made it. You're a movie star." You can't make this up, man.
No. Fuck, another moron.
Haley, Danny said he may apologize for making fun of my looks. No, no. What did you say he looks like, the wolf, Danny? What was that? A big dick or
A
something?
penis. Yeah, look at him.
Look at his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a penis head.
Hey, listen, this guy wants to disrespect people, and then he wants people to apologize to him. Yeah, okay.
You're lucky we even let you stay in here, but we try not to block people, even though you deserve to be blocked. Gunsmoke says Danny's on fire. Dude, man, you got to do something about that picture. I don't like that picture, Gunsmoke. I'm sorry. It looks like two big eyebrows. Bullies suck. And there's lots of bullies, people, on YouTube. There's tons of them. It's easy to be a bully on YouTube. It's easy to push your weight around. It's easy to do things. Look at Tony Pizza. Tony Pizza out in the street is nothing. He's a joke. He's a bum. But he has a group of guys.
Yeah.
He couldn't run out of New York fast enough, Danny.
Yeah. It's another.
The guy ran to the Port Authority and jumped on a bus.
He was laying in bed with a guy, and he was stroking the guy's cock, and he was talking about he ain't scared. Of course not. He had a nice cock to fucking jerk off.
You expect I will put two in your head and not rat on you. I'd love to see IQ tests of these mob guys. PJM, they're not mob guys. John Alite's not a mob guy. You know, a lot of these guys are not mob guys. Gunner's not a mob guy. You can go on and on. The guys that claim to be with the mob. Sammy was a mob guy. There's no doubt about that. But look what he became. Okay. This Robert Russo guy, to me, is a joke. I love the way Danny left the show immediately and said he sat with child molesters de gracia. Okay, Chad, Danny actually left the show that day because he was having a lot of trouble with his internet. But if he said that to Danny would have definitely questioned him on it, because in prison you don't sit with homosexuals. It's that simple. Not even homosexuals, more child molesters.
You know what's funny about talking about these people is when I went to jail, even in Brooklyn House Detention and Rikers Island, they couldn't be out in population.
No. And
when I went upstate and I got classified, all the inmates worked in classification. So they knew when a baby raper or a rapist or a child molester was coming through, they went right to key block. They could not hit the compound or the yard. They could not. But now they're a dime a dozen. You're eating in the chow hall. They're right next to you. You don't even know no more. So it's fucked up.
They have wimpified America, people. They have made things that they have made child molesters normal in prison system. But I literally seen a guy in jail get every bone in his body broken, every bone. He got jumped and stomped. All three races jumped him and stomped him.
Well, years ago that wasn't acceptable. You could not put any sexual deviant or sexual crime into population. You couldn't, because it's a death sentence. Now they're playing fucking pinochle on the same table as you.
You know, Danny, I seen one guy in White Plains. I was in a holding cell at White Plains. I was going to court over there. And he came in and the guard put him in the middle cell by himself. When the guard was walking out, he goes, child molester. The guy surrounded his cell and they all peed on him.
Well, he's lucky he got pissed on, but
they couldn't reach him. They couldn't reach him. I'm sure more happened after that.
The guards now, when I went to prison, the guards were like regular guys. Now the guards are guards or hacks or whatever you want to call them. But back in the day, it was good to do time. As sad as that sounds, you knew where you stood, you knew what you can get away with, you knew what you could get in, and what hustle you could do. Now it's a hack's fucking prison. It's not a prisoner's prison no more. Okay,
let's see. And just so you know, people, I'm going to be on for another minute or two because Alite, forgive me, FBS. FBS asked me when I was going on and coming off. And so I'm going to be going off in a minute and he's coming on. Just so you do know. And Miss Can't Be Wrong, thank you for reminding me that. This hour and a half went by fast today, Danny.
It has. It has.
I mean, because you out, and there's so many comments I missed here, people. I'm not missing your comments on purpose. I'm really sorry, but once Danny gets going, we can't shut him up. Danny talks more than Alite goes down on cock. I mean, so I'm sorry, people. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We had a great show today, an hour and a half. We have 204 in here. It started a little bit slow, but it's Saturday afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to finish watching the Yankee game, watch some UFC tonight, Danny. You want to say goodbye or whatever you want to do?
Yeah, I'm happy everybody tuned in. And just remember, John Alite, I'm still here. So whenever you want to come and see me or vice versa, let me know.
That's simple, Johnny. Do you hear that? Everybody take care. Thank you so much for being here.